Welcome back to Crossbeats Production. You're here with Nate28 and this is another production. So this tutorial I want to show you guys just a real quick way that I've found with a free EQ slash compressor plugin, how to de-ess vocals in a dynamic way and not to remove frequencies, especially when you're mastering. You don't want to remove entire frequencies all of the time using static EQs. Occasionally it requires a dynamic EQ, and I'll just remove the Neutron for a second because that's part of the mastering process, and I might explain this in another video. But this plugin that I've come across, I've heard about this plugin before, and I haven't really paid that much attention to it until I kind of started using Neutron. And once I used Neutron, it started to open my mind up to dynamic EQs and just other dynamic processing that works in an EQ kind of fashion. So this plugin, if you go to their site, it's available on their site right now for free. I don't know how long it's been available. I'm assuming for a while because I've seen other videos on YouTube about this particular plugin, and on the actual site itself it has a really great in-depth video explaining how this plugin works, and this is the free version of this plugin. There is another version called the Gentleman version. I've found that I think it's 50 something euro or whatever it is on their site. Check it out anyway. But it basically comes with a couple of other additional features on the Gentleman version that add, I guess, functionality to the plugin itself. But I just want to show you a free plugin that you can use, and you can start using it right away, and anybody can get this and download it onto a Mac or PC and start using it. So there's a couple of fantastic things that I've discovered. One great thing on this particular track I just wanted to show you was how to de-ess certain things in a vocal in a dynamic way that doesn't remove out frequencies all the time, especially for a two-bus track that you're working on, like a mastering track or something like that. If you're trying to just get some little extra stuff happen with that track that you want to do, this is fantastic to do it. So pretty much this plugin, I'll just show you the track quickly. I'll just show you the section of the track because this track's not released yet. It's going to be released, I believe, next year, January. So I'll show you a section of the track, and I'll show you where the artist gives a bit of an S or a sibilance on their word, and I'll show you how this is working to remove it. So first off, I'll show you without it just briefly, and then I'll show you the plugin, and I'll show you how I set it up and stuff like that, so you know how to do it for yourself. Okay, so as you can hear, when you hear that word focus, you hear the S on the end of that. She's just singing it. I mean, that's part of the style of the track as well, but there's certain aspects to that you might want to remove in any particular song, not just this track or any other track that you're working on. So I'll just show you what I did with this actual plugin. I'll just zoom in here and I'll give you an example as well. So I'll just play it with it on there and you can hear the difference. Okay, so as you can hear, in between the two, there's a little bit more control with the S, and it sounds more natural with the slight compression on it. And the way that I set up this EQ slash compressor was using the Q on this. So basically, what I do, I'll just actually get another one and I'll just load it up and give you an idea of what I did there. So what I did was I turned off the ones that I wasn't using and just stuck to this one. So if you get this Q up here, you can actually use your mouse wheel if you have a mouse wheel. I don't have a mouse wheel. This is a Mac mouse, so it doesn't have a wheel. It's just like flat. But anyway, so if you've got a wheel on your mouse, go and use that, and that will change the Q on the EQ there. So what I normally do is I fish around for the sibilances, and usually they're somewhere around the 10 or 8K, maybe 5K. Just depends on the singer really, and how high their vocal is in the spectrum. But the fantastic thing about this plugin, and the thing that I was blown away by, especially because it's a free plugin, was this EQ gain button here. So if you turn that on, it actually tries to match the level match the EQ. So it's not increasing in volume. It's just showing you the sound that you're actually increasing, but not increasing the actual volume of that sound. So it level matches it, so it brings the volume down to the right level as it was before, but it's giving you the indication of what the EQ is actually doing. So it's a real true way to find out whether or not your EQ is actually affecting something in a good or a negative way. And also it helps you understand where the frequencies are and what's muddy, or what sibilances are affecting your mix. So I'll just quickly scan through this and I'll show you how I did it. You don't have to have a Q this high. This is like 12 dB. You can have it anywhere you want, really. But gain, sorry. I usually have a gain around 8, somewhere like that. It doesn't really matter. Whatever I can hear the sibilances with, that's where I raise it to. So let me first turn the analyzer on, and I'll just put it on the in section there so you can see it. EQ set to on, and let's just listen to what we've got here. So as you can hear, when I scanned across the track like that with the spectrum there, you could hear how the EQ was picking up certain frequencies. That's probably one of the best ways to hear. If you were just to turn the analyzer off altogether and you were just to listen to that and pick up the frequencies, you can hear the negative frequencies, especially down in the muddy area where the 500K is. 500 hertz, not K. 500 hertz, the 500 hertz spectrum. And even below that 200 hertz or even further down, you can hear all the sounds that are affecting this in a negative way, and you can hear definitely where the sounds are in, say, around there. So what are we at? 8.1. You can hear the vocal has that crispness up at the 8K. Now, when I was looking at this, I was just trying to figure out how I was going to EQ a certain sibilances in without destroying the mix itself or the mastering process. And I found that the sibilance was around, where was it before? So 10K. So that's kind of where the sibilances normally sit anyway. So I found it at 10K. I worked with it and I got this setting set up here. So to get this setting here, all I did was I created obviously that Q, and that Q is, as you can see, it's a pretty sharp Q there on that fashion of filter, and 10K, and then I've got this gain set to pretty much 0, so I'll just leave that at 0 unity. And there's another feature then which you have available for a compressor to act in this setting. So say for example you were going to just use this as an EQ, you could definitely just do a reductive EQ like you would normally do, and that's a static EQ. And you could leave it like that. But if you didn't want to do that and you want to have a slight removing of the sibilances by using compression, in this setting it does serve to use that, and it worked well in my opinion. So what I did was I turned on the threshold, which allows the compressor to turn on, and then in this this ratio here, I just fiddled around with the ratio to see where the ratio would assist me the most. And in your compression settings, you can use a fast attack if you're looking at something like a sibilance, because usually a fast attack will help remove that sibilance in the mix, and also maybe a fast release as well, so it doesn't sound like you're interfering with that sibilance. You're just trying to remove it as fast as possible. And with the, I guess, the idea of using like what tape would do, or vinyl, they have to kind of remove out some of the really sharp top end frequencies to make the records sound good. But anyway, let me show you how this works. So So you're just kissing that S, and you're just trying to do it as fast as you can and make the response as fast as possible to get back so it doesn't sound unnatural. That's pretty much the game. And then if you just use the EQ gain unity button, it's not going to increase the volume, and it'll sound correct in your removing of the frequencies. So I just want to show you guys this quick tip and show you this free plugin. If you're not already aware about this plugin, go check it out. It's on the website there. I'll just quickly see if I can bring it up. So it's on Tokyo Dawn. They've got many a plugin there, but it's basically the TDR Nova EQ, dynamic EQ. I guess I can call it. It's got a bunch of other features there. I just want to show you that so you're aware of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if there's anything in the comments, just let me know. But otherwise, peace!